Welcome to Book Summary Podcast, your gateway to personal transformation. Each episode delivers big ideas from the world's most impactful books on mindset, productivity, and success, all in just a few minutes. Ready to turn knowledge into action? Let's get started.
So many of us are caught in this daily grind, right? Just sort of going through the motions, clocking in, clocking out, trading our, precious hours for a paycheck. And often, if we're really honest with ourselves, it feels less like making a living and, well, more like what the book we're diving into today calls making a dying.
That phrase hits hard.
It does. There's often this persistent kind of gnawing feeling of unfulfillment, like despite all the effort we pour in, we're just not getting that deep satisfaction we're looking for.
And that feeling isn't just a personal struggle. It's a deeply ingrained societal pattern that, it often traps us.
How so?
Well, we're constantly chasing more, right? More money, bigger house, the latest phone, believing almost instinctively that these external things will finally bring us happiness.
Yeah, that's the promise, isn't it?
It is. But research, consistently, even from Nobel winners like Daniel Kahneman, shows that beyond a certain point, like basic needs met, maybe around $75,000 a year in his initial studies, more money doesn't actually equal more joy.
Right, I remember hearing that.
And what's really revealing from the early seminars for this program is that people, no matter their income, always felt they needed like 50 to 100% more to be happy.
Wow. Always just out of reach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But their actual self-reported happiness ratings, they stayed stubbornly low, always hovering around like 2.6 to 2.8 out of 5. So it really makes you ask, what is our relationship with money truly? Is it serving our well-being, or is it just maybe driving us in circles?
That is a profound question, and it gets right to the heart of what we're exploring today. We're taking a deep dive into an incredible resource, one that's really stood the test of time, influenced millions. Your Money or Your Life by Vicki and Joe Dominguez.
A classic, truly foundational.
Absolutely. And this book offers this profound, really life-changing 9-step program. It's designed not just to manage your money better, but to fundamentally transform your entire relationship with it, ultimately guiding you toward true financial independence.
And our mission today is to unpack a really pivotal part of this journey. Step 3. The book calls it monthly tabulation.
Okay.
Now, this isn't just about crunching numbers or, filling out some generic spreadsheet someone else made. It's about diving deep into your personal financial data.
Right.
To uncover your unique money story. To see, with real clarity and honesty, exactly where your precious life energy is actually going.
Okay, life energy. We'll come back to that.
We will. It's that kind of exhilarating moment where you stop guessing and you start knowing. You basically start writing your own personal financial encyclopedia.
I like that, an encyclopedia of you. And for those listening who might already be tracking every cent, maybe feeling a bit buried under all that data, this is where all that hard work really starts to pay off.
Exactly. This is where it comes together.
We're going to show you how to take that detailed information and turn it into powerful, actionable insights. Plus, we'll give you a little glimpse into what comes next on this path, because this deep dive, it's all about empowering you with the tools to build real, lasting wealth and maybe even more importantly, genuine freedom.
That's the goal. Real freedom.
Okay, so before we jump straight into the nuts and bolts of step 3, let's quickly set the stage. Let's recap the fundamental philosophy that Your Money or Your Life introduces so powerfully.
Good idea. It's key.
It really challenges our usual, often unconscious understanding of money. It's not just paper or digits on a screen.
Right. It's more than that.
The book proposes this radical yet actually profoundly simple truth. Money is something you trade your life energy for. Think about it in those terms. Every single dollar you earn represents a chunk of your finite time, your physical effort, your mental energy, your actual hours on this, one-way trip from cradle to grave.
You're literally selling pieces of your life.
Exactly. You sell a piece of your life for that money. That lands differently, doesn't it?
It really does. And what's fascinating here is how deep that more is better myth runs in our society, especially in a consumer-driven economy like the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
We are, let's be blunt, relentlessly trained to be consumers. And the very definition of consume, it means to use up, waste, destroy, and squander.
Wow. Didn't realize the definition was quite that stark.
It is. Our industrial society, especially since the early 20th century, has been meticulously designed to encourage constant buying, to convince us it's not just necessary for the economy, but almost like patriotic.
Right. Buy things to keep the wheels turning.
Exactly. And this perpetual cycle of getting more stuff often feeds this almost unquenchable appetite for false solutions to real and never satisfied problems. We try to fill an inner void with outer things.
False solutions.
And the book powerfully highlights how this doesn't just mess with our personal finances and well-being, leading to that chronic dissatisfaction we talked about.
Yep.
It also impacts the planet itself, pushing us past Earth Overshoot Day earlier every single year.
That's a sobering thought.
It is.
Yeah.
But we often ignore these big, slow-burn threats because, well, our minds are kind of wired for immediate dangers.
Yeah.
Right? The proverbial tigers and fires on the savannah.
Not slow environmental decline or creeping debt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're constantly told stimulate the economy, which often just translates to stimulate your own spending, even when it's completely out of sync with our real needs or values.
It's a powerful and, yeah, often uncomfortable truth to really sit with. I mean, think about it. How many of us feel like our jobs, our titles, maybe even our possessions kind of define us? Or that consuming is almost like a civic duty?
The book calls this jobism. It's like this hidden hierarchy where our worth gets measured subtly or not so subtly by our paychecks and what we own.
Yeah.
And we get caught in this perpetual loop between home and job. Often, like you said, making a dying instead of a living.
It's exhausting.
Totally. We wear ourselves out all week, then spend the weekend trying to recover. Often by spending the money we just earned to compensate for the stress and fatigue.
Retail therapy, expensive dinners out.
Right. That online shopping spree, that fancy meal, may be justified as economic patriotism, but without realizing it, we're often just digging ourselves deeper into debt. We're caught in this cycle where our time and money just keep draining away.
A no-win situation.
Precisely. And most traditional money advice, while it means well, often just offers what the book critiques as trite tactics, tricks, and tips.
Like strict budgeting.
Yeah, focusing mostly on external control, like rigid, restrictive budgeting. It's an outside-in approach. But your money or your life argues that real lasting change comes from consciousness.
Okay.
From an inside-out job of understanding yourself, aligning your choices with your deepest values, not just feeling deprived.
So it's not about forcing yourself with willpower alone.
Not primarily. It requires deep self-awareness, honesty, real personal integrity. It's about changing your mindset first, then your actions naturally follow.
And that profound shift in awareness. That's exactly where you start building the foundation for change, right?
Yeah.
With the first 2 steps of the program.
Exactly. They're not just warm-ups. They are absolutely crucial for setting the baseline. Everything flows from there.
Okay, so let's quickly recap those. Step 1 is making peace with the past.
Right.
And this involves 2 really key, often eye-opening parts. First, you calculate how much money you've actually earned in your entire lifetime.
Which can be a pretty staggering number for some people.
Absolutely. Makes you really reflect on all those years of effort. Then you create a balance sheet. What do you actually have to show for it? That's your net worth, assets minus liabilities. What you own versus what you owe.
It can be surprising, maybe a bit sobering sometimes, but the key thing is it gives you a clean slate, a clear, objective picture of where you stand financially right now.
No judgment, just facts. Exactly. The book tells this great story about a suburban housewife, right, who did this step and was just floored to discover she'd earned over $50,000 from various odd jobs over the years.
Yeah, that realization gave her a huge confidence boost.
Totally. It empowered her to go out and land a new job at twice the salary she thought she was worth. And this step, it also kind of subtly forces you to confront your clutter, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. You start looking at the stuff in the attic, the basement, maybe those shoes in the back of the closet.
Yeah.
Are they treasures or just baggage?
Right. It helps you feel gratitude for what you already have, but also confront the results of past decisions. It's about acknowledging your history without letting it define you.
Making peace, just like the title says.
Then comes step 2, being in the present, tracking your life energy.
Okay, this is where that life energy concept really comes into play.
Yes, this is where you calculate your real hourly wage. And let me tell you, it is not just your salary divided by the hours you're supposed to work.
No, that would be way too simple. Doesn't capture the reality.
Not at all. It's a much more comprehensive and honest calculation. It accounts for all the hidden costs and time commitments tied to your job.
Like what?
Well, you factor in all job-related time, your commute, obviously, but also the time it takes to, decompress after work.
Oh, yeah, the wind down time. Never thought to count that.
Or the time spent on costuming, shopping for, maintaining work clothes. Even time and money lost to job-related illness, stuff that maybe wouldn't happen if you weren't in that specific job.
Okay, that's thorough.
And then there are the direct job-related expenses. Meals out because you're too wiped to cook.
Been there.
Escape entertainment to cope with the stress. Childcare costs directly linked to work hours. Even the extra wear and tear on your car that your job causes.
Wow. So you add up all that extra time and all those extra costs?
Exactly. And you subtract the costs from your pay and add the extra time to your work hours before you calculate your wage. The book uses this really powerful example, a job that looks like it pays $25 an hour. It can easily shrink down to a real wage of $10 an hour once you factor all this hidden stuff in.
That is a huge difference. That's more than half.
It is. And that difference, that's your life energy, just silently draining away, unaccounted for.
Okay, so that tracking down to every single cent, it might seem tedious at first. I know the book mentions people finding it overwhelming, like the guy fixing up his house who felt he had no time.
Right. Sounds like a lot.
But it is absolutely crucial for real change. It shows you how money actually flows in your life, not just how you think it does or how you wish it did.
Getting brutally honest with the numbers.
Yes. And that diligence, it builds accuracy, precision, and really importantly, discernment. That ability to sort the true from the false, real needs from clever marketing. That's vital for financial integrity.
Discernment. I like that word here.
It's often compared to mindful eating. You become really aware of what you're truly hungry for, what actually nourishes you, instead of just grabbing whatever craving hits.
Okay, that makes sense.
This deep self-awareness isn't just the foundation for the next steps. It's where you start taking back ownership of your choices. You start understanding the true cost in life energy of everything you buy and do.
Because without that meticulous tracking...
You're just guessing. And guesses, well, they rarely lead you to true independence.
Got it. So steps 1 and 2 lay that critical groundwork. Okay, so you've put in that foundational work. You've spent a whole month meticulously tracking every single cent flowing in and out.
Every coffee, every paycheck, every impulse buy.
Everything recorded. Now, step 3, monthly tabulation. This is where, as you said, the magic really starts.
Yeah, this is where the insights begin to emerge.
You gather all that raw data, which might look like a mess of receipts and notes, and instead of being overwhelmed, you turn it into this crystal clear, comprehensive picture of your actual financial flow.
Your money's story starts telling itself.
Exactly.
And this step, it really encourages you to go way beyond those oversimplified, generic categories you find in, standard budget software or books.
Like just food, housing, clothes. Too broad.
Way too broad. They don't capture the nuances of your life. Instead, you're guided to develop your own unique categories and subcategories.
Tailor-made.
Exactly. Tailor-made to reflect your life, your habits, even your peculiarities and peccadillos, those little quirks and maybe less than perfect habits that make you you.
Huh. Okay, we all have those.
We do. The goal is to create, like the book says, an encyclopedia of your unique spending habits, the most accurate, honest description of your lifestyle you've ever had.
An encyclopedia. I really like that metaphor. It makes it personal.
It's a deeply personal, often really surprising and highly revealing process. It shows you exactly what you value, whether you realized it or not, consciously or unconsciously.
Okay, that idea of a personalized encyclopedia is great. It's not just numbers, it's a story. So let's unpack some of these unique categories the book suggests, because this is where it gets really interesting, right? Revealing those patterns.
Absolutely. Let's start with food. It's universal, but it can hide so much detail.
Right, not just groceries.
Definitely not. You might break it down, maybe just us, for your regular family meals at home. That reflects a value maybe of home cooking.
Okay.
Then maybe guests for when you entertain friends or family. You can estimate the extra cost without, tracking every bite Uncle Hal takes.
Good point. So it distinguishes hospitality from daily needs?
Exactly. Then restaurants. But maybe you split that further, like too tired to cook versus special occasions, especially if eating out is more of a habit than a treat.
Ooh, that's a revealing one. The too tired category.
It can be. And you might even add lines for snacking or coffee breaks, those $5 lattes, or TV food, the impulse buys for movie night, if those are regular things for you.
Each subcategory tells a different story about a need or a habit.
Precisely.
That level of detail is fantastic. It really shines a light on those small, often unconscious spends that can just quietly drain your life energy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about Don S. from the book. By tracking his food spending with these kinds of detailed categories, he got such a clearer picture.
Yeah, he saw where the money was really going.
And that awareness, it didn't make him feel deprived. It empowered him. He just made simple swaps like packing a lunch instead of buying one, cooking more at home, guilt-free changes.
And the result?
He cut his food expenses by almost 50% without feeling like he was missing out at all, saved hundreds a month.
Wow.
And what did he do with that money? He consciously put it towards something he really valued, a 3-week trip to Europe.
See, that's the power. Awareness doesn't just cut costs. It creates freedom.
Yeah.
It lets you align spending with your actual desires.
So powerful. Okay, what about housing? Usually the biggest expense for most people.
Right, typically the largest category, often eating up a huge chunk of life energy. Beyond just the mortgage or rent payment, your categories here might include utilities, property taxes, insurance, HOA fees.
Maintenance, repairs.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
mortgage interest deductions, if that applies. Or maybe even income you get from renting out a room.
Airbnb income, yeah.
Yeah. And the book points out a really significant shift here. 50 years ago, housing was maybe 25% of income.
Okay.
Today, in many places, it's often 40% or even more.
Whoa, that's a massive jump.
It is. And that huge increase really forces an important question. Is your housing cost truly serving your fulfillment and your path to freedom? Or is it, for many of us, just an overwhelming burden, driven by expectations or maybe wanting a certain status symbol?
Yeah, seeing those stark numbers, your own numbers, in black and white, that could really motivate some creative thinking.
Definitely. The book shares stories, right?
Yeah.
Like the couple with remote tech jobs.
Yeah.
They did their tabulation, saw their huge housing cost was way out of whack with their desired lifestyle.
Yeah.
So what do? They decided to basically halve their housing costs
Oh.
by spending summers in a fun but, yeah, expensive northern city and then wintering for next to nothing on quiet beaches down south.
Wow, leveraging that remote work.
Exactly. Or the single woman in a popular tourist spot. She saw the numbers, figured out she could pay off her mortgage faster by living in her camper on a friend's land during the busy summer.
Well, renting out her own house with the great view.
Precisely. These aren't options for everyone, obviously. But they show how rethinking your biggest expense can unlock incredible freedom. It lets you build a lifestyle you actually want, not one you feel stuck with.
Aligning the biggest cost with your real values. Okay, what about clothing? That's another interesting one.
Yeah, clothing can reveal a lot about our values, our habits, maybe even our insecurities sometimes. Just having one clothing category, often not enough detail. You might need to distinguish between, say, utility, basic, functional needs, warmth, coverage, and fashion.
Okay, fashion meaning.
Well, often it reflects a desire to present a certain image,
Yeah.
right? Maybe never wanting to wear the same outfit to the office twice, or that need for one-upmanship at parties.
Gotcha. Image versus need.
Categories could include everyday wear, work clothes, maybe special gear for hobbies, accessories. Each subcategory tells a story about self-expression, professional needs, maybe even where you seek a sense of belonging.
You mentioned a fascinating detail from the book earlier, the doctor with the shoe fetish.
Oh, yeah. That one really sticks with you.
He had golf shoes, tennis shoes, running shoes, boating shoes, hiking boots, ski boots,
Umi.
the works.
But what did he actually wear most of the time at home?
Comfortable slip-ons. It's kind of funny, but also points to a bigger trend, right?
Absolutely. The U.S. footwear industry was, $64 billion in 2015? And that survey, finding the average American woman owns 19 pairs but only wears 4 regularly.
19 pairs.
And it's not about judging, it's about awareness. Where is that valuable life energy really going? Are those 15 unworn pairs bringing genuine fulfillment? Or are they just expensive clutter draining your energy? Earning the money, storing them, feeling guilty.
Yeah. It makes you think about your own Gizingas pins, as the book calls them. Those things you just seem to buy automatically.
Exactly. Maybe it's books, maybe it's craft supplies, maybe, like you said, artisanal candles. How many do you really need before they just become shelf clutter?
Guilty as charged on the candles. So the story of Anita C, the self-proclaimed shopaholic, that really illustrates this, doesn't it?
Perfectly. Her shopping wasn't just buying things, it was a ritual. A compulsion that helped her feel okay, a quick fix for deeper feelings.
Right.
But her monthly tabulations, they forced her to confront the reality, the years of addiction, as she put it, that had filled her closet.
So what happened?
Through steady, non-judgmental awareness, just seeing the numbers month after month, she eventually had this profound insight. I have enough already.
Ah.
She realized the fleeting pleasure wasn't worth the life energy. The desire just weakened. She even drifted from old friends whose main activity was browsing the mall.
That's a big shift.
Huge. But the book says she gained so much more self-awareness, integrity, a genuine peace that buying stuff could never provide. It wasn't about willpower. Her internal landscape actually changed.
That's incredible. Okay, let's talk transportation. Another big one for many people. Do we really consider the full cost of our commute?
Usually not. We think about gas, maybe tolls.
Right, but what about maintenance, parking fees, insurance, the wear and tear on the car itself, which affects its value and lifespan?
And the time. How much of your life energy is just spent getting from A to B?
Exactly.
So you might categorize this, maybe split commuting from pleasure driving. That distinction alone can be really revealing.
How so?
It raises that critical question, what percentage of your transport costs come from what the book calls wrong location, location, location?
Meaning living too far from work or necessities.
Exactly. Or are you overspending on car insurance or car payments, maybe that second card? Is it truly for necessity, or is some of it for ostentation, keeping up appearances?
Tough questions.
The book really challenges you to rethink car ownership, especially now with car sharing, ride sharing, better public transport in some areas. Do you really need the car you have, especially if your job doesn't require much travel? And it nudges you to think about the environmental impact, too.
The story of Rosemary I selling her car is a great example here.
Perfect example. She did the math, saw the real cost of ownership, and took the plunge, sold her only car.
Which probably felt scary.
Oh, the book says she had considerable trepidation. But she joined a car-sharing co-op for errands, rented for longer trips.
And the financial difference.
Astonishing. She calculated the new setup cost her a tiny fraction of what she'd been paying for insurance, registration, payments, repairs, gas, all of it.
Wow. Plus, she found she ended up traveling with friends more on those weekend trips.
Yeah. Added companionship, doubled the pleasure, while slashing the cost. It shows how consciously examining a big expense can lead to a better, cheaper lifestyle.
More fulfilling, less costly. Great. What about technology? That's a category that's probably exploded for most of us.
Oh, absolutely. It's a rapidly growing expense. So separating things like phone, internet, cable streaming, equipment computers, tablets can be really useful.
And maybe distinguishing work-related tech from personal.
Definitely. That can reveal big savings opportunities. Are you paying for a landline you never use? Multiple streaming services when you only watch one or two?
Or stuck in that endless smartphone upgrade cycle.
Exactly. When your current one works perfectly fine. Scrutinizing this helps you see what tech truly adds value versus what's just a recurring drain on your life energy.
And medical costs. How might we break that down?
The book suggests splitting it into sickness versus wellness.
Okay, explain that.
Sickness would be things like prescription drugs, doctor visits for acute problems, over-the-counter meds for symptoms. Wellness would be things like vitamins, gym memberships, annual checkups, preventative care.
Proactive versus reactive.
Exactly. That distinction helps you see. Are you investing more in maintaining health or just treating problems after they pop up? It reflects your values around health and might show opportunities to shift towards prevention.
Makes sense. Okay, so you've meticulously categorized every single expense for the month. What's the next step in this tabulation?
All right, now you tally everything up, your total monthly income and your total monthly expenses across all your unique categories.
Got it. Income in, expenses out.
Then comes the moment of truth, the ultimate act of financial integrity, as the book calls it. You literally count the cash you have, wallet, piggy bank, wherever, and you check your exact bank balances.
Okay. Physically count the money.
Yes. And the goal, the true measure of your tracking diligence, is that the money you actually have at the end of the month equals your starting balance plus your income minus your expenses.
So does the physical reality match the paper trail?
Precisely.
And this balancing act, that's where you find your monthly error, right? The difference between the two.
Exactly. And consistently hitting zero error, or very close to it. That means you've truly mastered tracking every penny. The book calls it a minor miracle.
I can imagine it feels like one.
It's a huge testament to your personal financial integrity. It's not just about the numbers. It brings this profound confidence and peace of mind.
Yeah, that sense of control must be powerful.
The book even suggests that cultivating this level of integrity in your finances can spill over, maybe help you tackle other challenges in your life. It's about building that habit of radical honesty with yourself.
Like Elaine H., the computer programmer in the book.
Perfect example of precision. She used her logical mind, created this incredibly precise balance sheet and tabulation. In 1 month, she tracked meticulously, increased her net worth by nearly $6,000, and her monthly error, only $15.40. An incredibly tiny discrepancy on that amount.
That's amazing precision.
But the point isn't to say everyone must be that precise or that her categories are the right ones. It's about gaining clarity and confidence. The point of all these stories is to inspire you to find the system, the categories, that work uniquely for you.
Your way is the right way, as long as it's honest and accurate for you.
Exactly. There's no single standard other than what serves your awareness.
Okay, this is huge. But now comes the part you call the magic key, right? The truly transformative part of step 3.
Yes. This is the core insight, really, of the whole program. You take all those dollar amounts in your beautifully organized, personalized categories.
Yeah.
All that data you gathered.
Yeah.
And you convert them into something profoundly real. Hours of your life energy.
Back to the life energy calculation from step 2.
Exactly. This is where money stops being abstract and becomes intimately, undeniably tied to your finite time on Earth.
How does that conversion work again?
It's beautifully simple, yet incredibly powerful. You take the money spent in any category.
Okay.
Divide it by your real hourly wage that you calculated in step 2.
Got it. Dollars spent divided by real dollars per hour.
Equals the hours of your life energy spent on that thing. It immediately makes an abstract number personal, emotional, concrete.
Yeah.
Undeniable.
Let's use the book's example again, the magazines. That was stark.
It really brings it home. You spend $80 on magazines in a month. Your real hourly wage is $10.
Okay.
$80 divided by $10 an hour equals 8 hours. You spent 8 hours of your precious, unrecoverable life energy on those magazines.
8 hours, a full workday.
An entire day of your work traded for magazines. Just stop and picture that. An entire day of your one and only life. What else could you have done with those 8 hours?
Wow. Yeah. That hits differently than just saying $80.
It instantly forces you to ask that crucial question. Were those magazines really worth a whole day of your work?
Did they give you 8 hours of genuine joy? Or education? Or deep fulfillment?
Or did they maybe drain your energy 3 times over? Earning the money, staying up late trying to read them, feeling guilty when the next issue arrived and you still hadn't finished the last one.
Ouch. Yeah. Been there too.
This conversion exposes the true cost of everything in a way that dollars alone never can. It's like a jolt to the system. It forces you, compels you, to reconsider the value proposition of every single purchase.
So converting dollars to life energy, it connects every single expense directly to your finite time here.
Exactly. It's not just a shock to our consumer habits. It's a profound reevaluation of how we are choosing to spend our lives hour by hour.
Looking beyond the immediate gratification to the real long-term cost in time.
So when you diligently fill in that life energy column on your monthly tabulation form next to the dollar amounts, you're essentially creating this deeply personal mirror.
A mirror reflecting your true priorities.
Your true priorities and values staring right back at you. What jumps out? What surprises you? What makes you just pause and really think?
Like Rosemary III's tabulation you mentioned. It showed high values for beauty and aesthetics, right?
Yeah, and a clear focus on health products and health services rather than sickness categories like drugs or doctors.
So her unique categories and the life energy she spent in them told a story about her values. It went way beyond just the numbers.
It showed where her passions truly lay and how her spending was, or maybe wasn't yet, fully reflecting that. It sparked a deeper self-understanding.
And the couple, Maddie and Tom C., they calculated a shared hourly wage.
Right. They combined incomes and expenses, figured out a single real hourly wage of $10.23 for the two of them.
So every dollar they spent together
Represented nearly 6 minutes of their combined life energy working together.
That shared understanding must be incredibly powerful for a couple.
It can be. Fosters alignment, communication, a shared commitment to their goals. It takes the blame out and makes it a team effort with their shared life energy.
But the program is also realistic, right? It acknowledges that the right way is your way, like Mary and Don M.
Exactly. They shared passions, music, computers, but had totally different financial styles. He was rational, conservative. She was more emotional, experimental.
And tabulating together caused friction.
Big time. Tension, conflict. So they wisely decided to separate their finances, do individual tabulations.
And what happened for Mary?
To her amazement, she found this wonderful feeling of autonomy, reconnected with her own strength, her independence, that had kind of gotten lost in the marriage dynamics.
So it underscores that financial integrity is deeply personal. Sometimes separate paths work best.
Absolutely. The right way is the way that brings you clarity and honesty.
Okay. And the point of all this conversion, this reflection, it's crucial. It's not about guilt, right?
No, absolutely not. Guilt is paralyzing. This is about awareness, about waking up to those unconscious spending patterns that might not actually be serving your happiness or your goals.
It's about identifying those gazingous pins.
Exactly. Those impulse buys, the kitchen gadgets, the fancy chocolates, whatever your personal weakness is. You start to realize that these things, often bought out of habit or boredom or needing a quick emotional hit,
they rarely bring lasting fulfillment.
Right. They're just distractions from what you truly desire deep down.
Like IVU in the book. Grew up poor, equated clothes with security. Totally understandable.
Very understandable. But her monthly tabulations showed her the hours, the life energy she was pouring into new outfits every month. It just wasn't bringing back proportional fulfillment.
So what changed?
It wasn't a struggle, wasn't denial. Just through awareness, she simply stopped buying clothes she didn't truly need or love.
And the amazing part,
the compliments she got didn't decrease at all. Nobody noticed but her wallet and her sense of peace.
Wow. It shows that our sense of enough is really internal, isn't it?
Completely. It's that Goldilocks feeling of just rightness, as the book calls it. Not too much, not too little. Perfectly tailored to your unique needs and values. It's internal congruence, not external stuff.
Internal congruence. I like that. And Hal N, the financial plan, even professionals can have blind spots.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He realized his spending habits weren't just gazing pins, they were mega gazing his pin.
Like his expensive office.
Yeah. Costing him $2,900 a month in life energy, but providing almost no real value since he worked remotely most of the time anyway.
So he moved his office home?
Yep. Slashed costs, reclaimed a massive chunk of his life energy, and he also courageously stopped giving his 9 kids guilt money.
Ooh, that must have been tough.
Probably. But he realized he was enabling an addiction to easy money, not helping them become independent, through that honest, unflinching look at his life energy.
He cut his expenses by half.
50%. And became much happier, more aligned. It just vividly shows the power of turning abstract dollars into tangible life energy and aligning your choices with your real values, even when it's unconventional.
Okay, wow. Step 3 is incredibly powerful. You do the tracking, the tabulation, the conversion to life energy. So you've done all this work. You have this newfound awareness, maybe even some startling insights. What happens next? How do you turn this awareness into action?
Great question. Flows naturally, logically right into step 4, which the book calls 3 questions that will transform your life. And this is truly the heart of the program.
The heart. Why?
Because it moves beyond just tracking and categorizing. It moves into profound evaluation, personal alignment, and intentionally designing your financial future based on that awareness. This is where the rubber really meets the road.
Okay, I'm ready. What are the 3 questions?
All right. You take your monthly tabulation with the dollar totals and the life energy hours for each category.
Got it. Both columns.
And for each and every category, you ask yourself these 3 crucial, deeply reflective questions.
Okay. Question 1.
First, did I receive fulfillment, satisfaction, and value in proportion to the life energy spent?
Okay, so back to the magazines. Were those 8 hours truly worth it? Did they deliver 8 hours of real joy or value?
Exactly. Or that too tired to cook meal, was it genuinely satisfying and nourishing? Or just a default that left you feeling kind of hollow, maybe even guilty? It forces you to gauge the real return on your life energy investment. Bang for your life energy buck.
Bang for your life energy buck. Love it. Okay, question 2.
Second, is this expenditure of life energy in alignment with my values and life purpose?
The alignment check. This feels critical for integrity.
Deeply critical. If you say you value family time most, but your life energy spent on commuting or maybe escape entertainment dwarfs what you spend on actual quality family activities.
There's a disconnect, a misalignment.
A clear disconnect. Your spending, ideally, becomes a conscious reflection of your deepest values and aspirations. This question reveals if you're truly walking your talk.
Okay, powerful. And the 3rd question.
Third, how might this expenditure change if I didn't have to work for money?
Ooh, that's liberating.
Isn't it? It frees you, even just in your imagination, from the current constraints of your job, your perceived need for that paycheck.
It lets you dream a little.
It lets you envision a fundamentally different future, Regardless of whether you love your job right now or not, what choices would you make? What priorities would rise to the top if money wasn't the main driver?
It taps into your authentic desires, separate from the external pressures.
Exactly. It's a powerful way to connect with what truly matters to you.
So for every category, you ask those 3 questions. Then what?
Then, for each question in each category, you make an active decision. Based on your answers, should the expense in this category ideally increase, decrease, or stay the same for your optimal fulfillment?
So you're actively adjusting based on the feedback.
Precisely. It creates this continuous feedback loop for integrity. You're constantly bringing your financial choices into closer harmony with your values and purpose.
That's how you build financial integrity, making choices based on you, not ads or habits or what others think.
Exactly. Independent of all that external noise. The book even offers a purpose and life test to help drill down further into finding that meaning and living intentionally.
It really sounds like it's about shedding all those shoulds, doesn't it? The ones society or maybe our upbringing imposed on us.
Totally. Shedding the shoulds and embracing true conscious choice, allowing you to align your money, which is your precious life energy, with the life you genuinely want to live, not just the one you kind of fell into.
Wow. Okay, so there you have it. Step 3, monthly tabulation. It's definitely not just a chore, is it? It's this incredibly powerful tool for self-discovery, for transformation.
Absolutely. By bravely creating your own unique spending categories and then crucially converting those dollars into hours of your finite life energy, you gain this unparalleled clarity. You see exactly where your life force is actually going.
And that clarity, it empowers you, right? To make truly conscious choices.
Conscious choices that align your spending not with fleeting desires or what society expects, but with your deepest, most authentic values.
It's a fundamental step, non-negotiable really, on the journey toward true financial independence.
Where your time really becomes your own again. And you start building genuine wealth for fulfillment, freedom, meaning not just, more stuff or a bigger bank balance.
That's the real prize. Okay, as we wrap up this deep dive, here's a provocative thought for you, the listener, to take away and mull over on your own journey. What is one single expenditure you made this past month? Just pick one. That when you really sit down and convert it into hours of your finite life energy using your real hourly wage, it makes you pause. It makes you genuinely ask yourself, was this truly worth my life?
Powerful question.
Take that thought, that feeling, whatever comes up, and just let it fuel your own powerful path forward towards financial freedom, towards a life lived with real integrity.
Thanks for tuning in to the Book Summary Podcast. If you found value in today's episode, hit that like button, subscribe for more summaries, and share it with someone who's ready to grow. Want deeper insights, exclusive book notes, and reading tips? Join our free newsletter. The link's in the description. And don't forget, if you'd like to read the full book, our affiliate link is right below. It helps support the channel and keeps the summaries coming. Until next time, keep reading, keep growing.